May I have my music, please? Judges ready? Time. For centuries, we shared our stories over a drink at the bar or in a coffee shop. Today, I want to continue that tradition and share my story of how I came to love two coffee cocktails inspired by chapters of my life. So today's menu comes in a form of book. There you go. We begin with chapter 1, your cold cocktail. In 2016, I stood in Bratislava airport, holding my one-way ticket to London, ready to experience a city full of the best coffee and cocktails I could imagine. It wasn't long before I found myself as a guest in Bar Termini, inspired by its classic yet modern approach to cocktail making. Your first drink is designed to be served at a high-end bar as a coffee aperitif, a low ABV cocktail with signature flavor complexity. We begin with coffee. The coffee I'm brewing is produced by Felipe Contreras at Finca Gascon in Antigua, Guatemala. I chose this coffee for its flavor profile. It's sweet, it's fruit-forward, and it's delicious. It's my very own take on... So I chose this coffee for its flavor profile. It's sweet and floral, like any great aperitif. The recipe I'm using is 19 grams in, 65 grams out within 25 seconds, where I found the best sweetness and florality that you'll notice in your final cocktail. I am using hyperchiller to bring down the ingredients to the desired temperature. Chapter 1 is further based on 20 milliliters of white rum. They will create a solid foundation for my cocktail with its note of sugarcane juice supporting the sweet element. 10 milliliters of flower sugar syrup made out of rose water and sugar blended in ratio 2:1 to bring out the florality of my coffee as well as characteristics of an aperitif. 15 milliliters of peach wine-based aperitif adding character of stone fruit and fresh peach. 30 milliliters of mandarin and bergamot soda to support the citrusy character of my coffee. And 10 milliliters of Campari to create long-lasting finish, contrasting the tea-like Gascon. I will be charging my cocktail with pure nitrogen, homogenizing the liquid, creating creamy and velvety mouthfeel, reminding you of the Bar Termini's signature cocktail, Bellini with a coffee twist. Once the dispenser is charged with pure nitrogen, it creates seal that allows me to store the drink in the fridge, pre-batch, and hence is ideal for bars and restaurants requiring high level of consistency, efficiency, and flow. One more. In recognition to the first chapter of my story, I'm using an original glass that Bellini cocktail is traditionally served in Bar Termini. I will be serving this cocktail at temperature of 5 degrees Celsius, which is ideal to highlight the sweetness of stone fruit and Gascon's natural florality. I am serving the cocktail over a big block of ice to keep the temperature low. As a final touch for my cocktail, it is the signature on top of the ice cube, representing the dot after chapter 1, as well as these coasters representing what brings us all together, the love and passion we have for coffee and cocktails. So please, judges, expect floral character of orange blossom on the nose, followed by raspberry, cherry sherbet, and blood orange in the finish. Please enjoy chapter 1 while I start preparing chapter 3. Thank you very much. Judges, Now we move on to your next cocktail called Chapter 3. Please turn the page to Chapter 3. This is your hot cocktail, your Irish coffee. Irish coffee is an ideal digestive. My very first job in London was at the most iconic hotel bar called American Bar at the Savoy, where I fell in love with this classic cocktail. It took me 7 years to refine this classic to present you my signature version of it. So we start with coffee. The coffee I'm using is produced by Sebastian Ramirez at Finca Gascon by Sebastian Ramirez in El Paso, Colombia. I chose this coffee for its flavor profile, reminding you of red wine and stone fruit. During processing, a liquid called mosto from the previously fermented coffee cherries is reintroduced into the fermentation process, amplifying the character of red wine and cherry. I am brewing 42 grams of coffee to 388 grams of water to create complex and well-balanced brew. Into this brew, I will add 45 milliliters of caramel syrup I made using 2 parts of sugar that I melted on the hot pan. Once the sugar started to develop its aromas and flavors, I added 1 part of water and turned it into caramel syrup. Not only it will be supporting the sweetness of my bush, but it will also add depth to my Irish coffee. 30 milliliters of Kavalan matured in 3 different sherry casks based on malted barley for creamy mouthfeel, character of red grape, and brown sweetness. And 15 milliliters of Blenton's Special Reserve based on corn spirit, resulting in very creamy mouthfeel, matured in oak barrels with notes of burnt sugar and vanilla. I am brewing my clever dripper for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Last ingredient seems to be very simple, but is actually difficult to perfect. So I had to find the best cream for my Irish coffee. The cream I'm using is produced by a company called Ivy House Farm. They breed very particular breed of cow called Jersey that produces far more, that milk produces far more protein and fat compared to commercial production, resulting in cream with naturally yellow color and distinct note of vanilla. So far? Good. Perfect. I'll get the glassware. Final touch for my Irish coffee are these coasters made from the actual barrel of whiskey in recognition to the foundation of this cocktail, great whiskey. The base for my Irish coffee will be 50 degrees Celsius to get the best flavors of stone fruit. The cream will be served at a temperature of 5 degrees to highlight the character of vanilla. So judges, as I'll serve you the Irish coffee, have 2 sips. Expect flavor notes of vanilla, cherry, raspberry, and chocolate liqueur. I am using approximately 40 grams of cream. Judges, as I said at the very beginning, we've shared many stories in bars and cafes. This was my last chapter of my story for today. I hope we get to share many more cocktails and coffees over good stories in the very near future. Please enjoy chapter 3, my Irish coffee. This was my time.
Congratulations, that was Rasty Kasar represent United